Good evening and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Haiti. At least 207 people were killed by members of the Wharf Jeremy gang in Haiti's Portside neighborhood of Seoul. The United Nations said in a report on Monday. In a report on the massacre, the UN Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights said at least 134 men and 73 women, most of them elderly residents, accused of witchcraft were killed in less than a week of mass executions, abductions, and raids by some 300 members of the gang. Gang leader Manuel Mincano Felix ordered the attacks after his child got sick, accusing local residents of causing the illness through voodoo. The killings shocked the Caribbean nation, which has been engulfed in a worsening gang conflict, compounding devastating food shortages, while its neighbors lag on delivering long-promised security assistance. We tell you now that Venezuelan Attorney General Tariq Saab said on Monday another 223 people arrested over election protests months ago will be released, taking the total number of prisoners free to 956. In recent weeks, Saab has announced a series of releases of groups of the more than 2,000 people who were arrested for taking part in protest after the July election. Rights groups say they have only been able to verify some of the releases and that at least 3 protesters have died in custody. Electoral authorities and the country's Supreme Court have said President Nicolas Maduro won a third term, but the country's opposition has released ballot box level tallies. It shows a resounding victory for its candidate. And now for some international news. Donald Trump's surprise threat to retake control of the Panama Canal and his expansionist declaration that the United States should own Greenland signals that the incoming U.S. president will pursue a foreign policy unbounded by diplomatic niceties. As Trump prepares to take office on January 20, his aides have been preparing him to deal with 2 foreign policy crises: war in Ukraine and the multiple conflicts in the Middle East, both of which the president-elect has promised to speedily resolve. But on Sunday, Trump was more focused on making threats against U.S. allies like Panama and Denmark, which controls Greenland as an overseas territory. In recent weeks, it has been Canada, which has had to weather his trolling that it should become the 51st state of the United States. I am KERESE Gonzalez. Thank you for watching.